Oh, long time no see. It has been a hot minute since I posted a video. I've been very inactive the last month, but we're just gonna ignore that and move on because I'm making a comeback. I'm making a comeback starting with this very exciting video right here. Today's TBR video is extra exciting because you get to say, oh, and you get to say, and you get to say, everyone gets to say what I'm bringing this month. And isn't that so fun? I love it. So the way I did this was I asked my subscribers some questions in the community polls, and unbeknownst to you, I used some of those results to create my March TBR. You guys didn't know I was gonna do that, but surprise! Now you do. And I also asked my Bookstagram followers to help out. That's why I said everyone gets to say. It's not just my YouTube subscribers or my Bookstagram followers. It's everyone. Even I get to say, because I'm the one who chose which books to put in the polls. It's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. It's gonna be an amazing reading month because we all work together. If you guys want to follow my Bookstagram, by the way, to get more involved when I do more things like this in the future, I'm gonna put it in the description below. Also, I put the Instagram polls out on February 2nd, and most of the YouTube polls were out before that, and then I created the slides soon after that, so I don't even remember what most of the results were, and I did that on purpose so you guys could get my unfiltered, authentic thoughts on my TBR. I don't even remember what options I put, honestly. We're going to find out together, but first, we're going to find out what books I read from February's Rainbow TBR. So these were the books, and now for the results. Yeah, so I didn't do good. Womb City, I didn't read that, but I had a good excuse. I was actually so excited to read that, and I intended to, but after it got released, or after it got published, the average rating went down so fast. It's at like a 3.2 now, and I didn't want my first sci-fi book to be one that everyone considers to be mediocre. I want to give the genre a fair chance, so I didn't read that. Iron Flame is yellow because I started it, haven't finished. Twitch Games red. Pride and Prejudice, no. Maze Runner, no. The Mystery Guest, yes I did. Ruthless Vows, I didn't. And I also didn't read A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and I didn't read Fuel of Fire, which is crazy. Because those three books were like my most anticipated, and I didn't read any of them. Why do I do this? Why do I wait? Because I know I'm gonna love them all. Love Story I read and I wish I didn't. Legends of Lattes I read. That one was okay. Crooked Kingdom I loved! I read that and I loved it. High Suspicion and Fairly Cute, same thing. I loved it. I read it. It was amazing! Spectacular, hilarious. You'll hear more about it in the wrap-up. Nevermore Bookstar also read, and again, wish I didn't. It's fine. It's fine. You win some, you lose some. I had you guys choose a sports romance, and the options were The Deal, Mile High, Long Shots, and The Wolf Wind Meg and Me. I chose basically the biggest names in sports romance history because I didn't want to put anything underrated just because it would stand absolutely no chance against these super big titles, so I just put the biggest titles. I tried to make it as evenly matched as possible. I feel like any of these could have won, but the winner was The Deal. Okay, on the left, that's what I posted on Instagram, so you guys can see the poll and the results. So you believe me, this is what actually won, as you can see. The Deal won. I'm actually super excited. I've heard a lot of good things. I've heard about Garrett Graham a ton. Everyone's obsessed with him, and I want to also be obsessed with him. So I'm going to be reading this one. And then I had you guys choose a mythology book because with Percy Jackson and everything, I was in a mythology mood. I want to read about Greek gods and goddesses and Cyclops. So the options were Circe, The Song of Achilles, and The Lightning Thief, which is a reread, but just with the show coming out and everything, I just want to read it again. And we had a tie. The Song of Achilles and The Lightning Thief both got 44%, and I didn't want to put them both on the TBR because this TBR is going to be ambitious enough without putting both of them on here. We're like, one is enough. So if it's a tie, I'm just going to choose, and I chose The Song of Achilles because, like I said, The Lightning Thief is a reread, and I'd like to read something new, and Song of Achilles is new. And I'm going to read this at the beginning of the month, I think, because I'm very excited for it. Then we chose a dark romance. I'm honestly scared to see what you guys chose. The options were The Finisher by Renix and Bound by Hatred by Cora Riley. I feel like this is a very even match. So let's see. Okay, maybe it's not evenly matched. I'm actually really surprised by this because I hear about Renix and Cora Riley a ton. Like, they're the biggest names in mafia romance, dark romance. Besides H.D. Carlton, she's the biggest, I would say, but I thought they were both, like, evenly matched. Clearly not, because Cora Riley won by a landslide, but I'm actually really excited she won. This is the one I was rooting for, I think, because the little crumbs we got of Gianna and Matteo in the first book in the series were everything, and I've been wanting to read this book, but I just kept putting it off, and now I can't do that anymore. Now I have an excuse to read it, and I will. I promise. This one I will be reading. Then we chose a romantic comedy. The opposite. Then the options were The Friend Zone, When in Rome, Mr. Wrong Number, and Dial... The should not be there. Dial A for Aunties. And the winner was Mr. Wrong Number. I'm so excited for this one, actually. I'm so excited because every Lynn Painter book I've read has been a 5-star read. And there's no reason to think this one won't be. But every one I've read by her has been a YA, so I'm excited to see. Her adults. Is it better? Is it worse? I'm excited to see. And then an underrated romance. I just did this because every book that wins is going to be super popular, because this is basically a popularity contest. People are just voting on what they want me to read. And I didn't want to not read any underrated romances in March. So I just made that its own category so that they would have a chance. You know what I mean? So the options were Hit by Mallory Hart, Dating the Enemy by Nicole Williams, Plum by Casey Wells, and Good Grades and Mystery Games by Janisha Boswell. And the winner was Dating the Enemy by Nicole Williams, which I'm going to be honest, this is the one I didn't want to win. I just put this in here because I didn't know what else to put, and it won. Okay, if you guys say it's good, maybe it is. I'm going to try and see if it's good, but honestly, I was rooting for any of the other three. Those I actually want to read, and I actually ended up reading Good Grades and Mystery Games in February when I saw that it lost because I was disappointed. But, okay, I'm going to read this. You guys say it's good, and I trust you. Let's see. How did you guys choose a Goodreads Choice Awards winner? I think it's so fun to read the books that get nominated and win the Goodreads Choice Awards because I like to compare my opinions with the results, like who won. Do I think they should have won or should something else have won? And I like to rank the books I read on the list and see if my ranking is similar or different, or how different it is from the actual ranking. I just think it's so fun to compare and contrast. So the books I chose were Red, White, and Royal Blue, Lessons in Chemistry, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and The Spanish Love Deception. And the winner was Red, White, and Royal Blue. Oh, the cover is so cute, and I'm actually really excited for this because I know a TV show or a movie or something came out for this, and I like reading books and then watching their film to compare and contrast and see which one's better. Basically, what you can get from the segment is that I love comparing and contrasting things. And then I had you guys choose a popular series for me to start. The options were Throne of Glass and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder Everyone and Their Moms has heard about both these series. If you haven't, you live under a rock. The winner was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and this one was actually close, but I'm excited to start this because didn't this also get a show? I think, or has it come out yet, or is it just gonna come out? I have no idea, but I'm excited. Either way. And then I had you guys choose a series I'm in the middle of. Which one should I continue? And that burger and those fries look so cute and so delicious. I just want to munch on the screen. Anyway, the options were Ruthless Fae, which is part of the Zodiac Academy series, which I honestly don't want to continue. But if you guys want it, I will. And then City of Glass, that's the Shadowhunter universe. And King of Scars, that's the Grishaverse. And A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I didn't read it last month, but maybe this month is my month. I really want to read this. And you guys chose King of Scars. Okay, I'm actually so excited you guys chose this. Because this is Nikolai's book, and he has been my favorite character since he was introduced to the series. He's so charming and witty and fun, and I just love him so much. I can't wait to read about him and be in his brilliant little mind. I'm so excited for the romance as well. I'm not going to tell you guys who the love interest is because it isn't made to be too obvious in the first 3 books, and I don't want to give any potential spoilers. I already know who the love interest is, though, because I looked up fan art of Nikolai way back when I met him in book 2. So I already know. We got the teeniest, tiniest bits of them in Rune and Rising, and I was eating those up. And I already really like this pairing, and we've seen like almost nothing of them, so I just can't wait to see more. And I'm just gonna fall in love with them more. I love the idea of them already. They're gonna be such a good power couple. I already know. I'm so excited to read this book and see more of what their dynamic is like and everything. And I just know the banter is gonna be absolutely amazing. And another thing, Nikolai went through something very traumatic in Rune and Rising, and I want to get his perspective on it and see how he's coping with everything. I just feel like this book is going to be everything. Another thing, I know, I'm sorry. I'm just so excited for this book. Another thing, I feel like a lot of the side characters in Shadow and Bone could make guest appearances in this. Appearances? Did I say appearance? I think I said appearance, but I meant to say appearances. Like Genya, Tamar, Tolia, David. So yeah, even Alina and Mel, possibly. They all have a role in his story, so I feel like any of them could get cameos in this, and that would make my whole month because I miss my baby so much. And even the characters in Six of Crows could maybe make appearances. Maybe Nina or any of them. I hope so. I want to see them all. Again, I'm so excited for this book. This is one of my most anticipated. And look at the cover. It looks so cool. The gold. It looks stunning. Who made this cover? It's beautiful. And I want to give them credit because it's stunning. And then I had you guys choose a historical romance because I want to get back into this genre. I used to read them all the time and I really liked them, and I don't know why I stopped. I shouldn't have. That was a mistake. So I'm trying to get back into that. So I had you guys choose from these options A Daring Pursuit and The Devil's Pay, both by Casey Bateman or Kate Bateman. They're the same person. It Happened One Autumn by Lisa Kleypas, and The Bewildered Bride by Vanessa Riley. And you guys chose... Oh, okay, I'm actually so happy with this, The Devil's Pay. I actually thought Lisa Kleypas' book was one because she's so big in the historical romance genre, but I'm really happy with this because Casey Bateman wrote my favorite historical romance ever, which is A Reckless Match. So I'm so happy about this. It sounds so good. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it's Enemies to Lovers, and you guys know I love that. And look what someone rakes and rascals for counterfeit horror said, incredibly sexy, ... deliciously wicked. This sounds so good. And on the bottom it says witty, intelligent, and sexy historical romance. This sounds so good. This is perfect for me getting back into the genre. I feel like this one's going to be a good one. I'm very excited. And then I had you guys choose a new release. And I had you guys choose from Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, Bride, Only If You're Lucky, and The Mystery Guest. And you guys chose Bride, which is good because I actually read The Mystery Guest last year. I forgot I put it on here as an option, but it didn't win, so it doesn't matter. Bride, this isn't a surprise at all. It's huge, but I'm really excited to start it. This is definitely one of the ones I actually will be reading from this TBR. And then I had you guys choose a romantasy, and the options were The Serpent and the Wings of Night, Guild, Assistant of the Villain, and Legendborn. I think these are all series, right? Oh, and you guys chose The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Okay, I'm excited because I think this is also Enemies to Lovers, and I think it's vampires or something. I think someone compared it to the Hunger Games. I honestly don't know. I try not to know too much about a book before going into it, so I'm like surprised, and it's more exciting. But I think there's vampires. I don't know what the serpent is about. Maybe there's a big serpent. I have no idea, but I'm excited. Oh, it would make sense if it was vampires, because Wings of Night, you know, vampires can't go out in the day. That would make sense. So I feel like I'm right on that. I'm very excited for this. You guys are choosing such good options. Then I picked out some underrated romantasies for you guys to pick out from. I did this because I wanted to give lesser known authors and books a chance, and they wouldn't stand a chance against their bigger romantasy titles like Serpent and Wings of Night, so they're their own category. And I chose A Sharpened Axe, Venom and Vow, The Liar's Crown, and Woven for these. I never hear about any of these books, so you guys are making me so happy. I should let you guys choose my TBR more often because thank you. This is amazing. This is the one I wanted to win. I'm so excited for this. I've been wanting to read this for almost a year now, but I kept putting it off because the third book, this is a trilogy, and the third book doesn't come out until later this year, and I didn't want to wait a super long time if it ended on a cliffhanger or something, so I've been putting it off, but now I feel like it's time. I feel like I won't have to wait too long, and it'll be fine. But look at the cover. That's what drew me in. I honestly don't know what this is about. I think it's Enemies to Lovers fantasy. It's probably about a queen or princess or king or something because there's a crown in the picture, but I just think the cover is gorgeous and it drew me in, and I just want to read it because look at it, it's so pretty with the pink and the font and everything. It looks gorgeous. I'm so excited for this one. Thank you guys so much for choosing this. I chose a sapphic romance. The options were The Miseducation of Cameron Post, She Drives Me Crazy, and Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. And the one was Honey Girl. Okay, that's not surprising at all. It's definitely the most popular of these three, but I'm excited to read this. It's on my physical TBR. And look at the cover. I like it. She looks so cool with the black lipstick. She is giving. I'm excited to read this. I don't know what it's about. Again, I don't know what most of these books are about, but I'm excited. Maybe it's about honey. Probably not, though. Then you guys chose a witchy romance because I will randomly get the urge to read about witches, and I had that urge as I was making these polls. So I had you guys choose a witchy romance. Options were To Win a Witch's Heart, Witches Get Stuff Done, Witch of Wild Things, and Wild is the Witch. Witch of Wild Things, 1 by Rachel. I'm so sorry. I know I butchered that. Sorry. Vasquez Gilliland. I think I got the last names right in the middle name. So at least there's that, but this cover is so cute. I'm excited to read this, and it says, a perfect mix of magical realism and swoony romance. I haven't had much luck with magical realism. Hopefully this will be the one that converts me into a fan. I hope so. This cover is adorable. I'm hoping the inside is just as cute. Then I had you guys choose a dark academia book. That pizza looks so delicious and cheesy. The options were A Deadly Education, If We Were Villains, and Ninth House, and the winner was If We Were Villains. Okay, I'm kind of scared because a lot of people compared this to The Secret History, and I didn't really like that. Why are you guys sleeping on Leigh Bardugo? Ninth House got 0. That's so sad. That's the one I'm most excited to read because I just love Leigh Bardugo so much, but it's fine. You guys think I should read it If We Were Villains, so that's what I will do. I will listen. It says a rare and extraordinary novel. Okay, sounds promising. I'm hoping it's good. Then you guys chose a thriller. The options were A Quiet Retreat, All the Lies, 5 Survive, and The Heiress. Okay, I can tell. I feel like I know who's gonna win. Why did I put books that no one has heard of against 5 Survive? That wasn't very fair. And yeah. Well, at least A Quiet Retreat got a vote. That's good. I don't think anyone's heard of that. Well, most people wouldn't have, and All the Lies. No one's heard of that either. And then I put them against two pretty big names. That wasn't fair at all. But it's fine. I have been wanting to read something from Holly Jackson, so this is my chance. I'll take this opportunity. Again, don't know what it's about. It looks like a car crash. 5 people get into a car crash. Maybe 6 people get into a car crash and 5 survive. I don't know. That's my guess for what this is about. Time to choose a lit fic. This screen is giving, it's a dance party. Everybody make your body dance. It's a dance party. Did you guys have to listen to that song? Did your little cousins love that song and play it 5 times a day? And by 5 I meant 50. Add a 0. Because mine did. And low-key, that song eats, so I didn't mind. Anyway, you guys chose a lit fic. The options were Anxious People, Bear Tan, and My Grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry by Frederick Backman. And I also chose The Kite Runner. Oh, and when I posted this poll, I wrote a little note underneath. I said, honestly, I don't even know what literary fiction is, but I feel like these books and covers, or book covers and blurbs give off lit fic vibes for some reason. And yeah, can someone please tell me what literary fiction is? Because I've tried Googling it, and it wasn't very helpful. I still don't get it. Anxious People won. Also, this is such a mess. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I'm getting tired because I've went through so many slides. But someone please tell me what literary fiction is because I don't get it. And this might not even be literary fiction. I feel like it is. I feel like someone said that before, and I'll trust them. Then you guys chose a sci-fi. I want to drink milk now, all of a sudden. The options were Red Rising, Dune, Project Hail Mary, and This Is How You Lose a Time War. And the winner was... Okay, well, there was a tie between Dune and Project Hail Mary, but I literally don't want to read Dune. It's so scary. I've heard it's very, very sci-fi, like for the seasoned sci-fi readers, and I am not that. I read like 1 sci-fi book a year, maybe 2. So I'm gonna go with the more beginner-friendly one, and I've heard Project Hail Mary is beginner-friendly. So I'm gonna go with that. And whoever voted for Dune, hey, you suck. Because do you see what it says? It says, please don't make me. I'm intimidated. And you guys tried to make me? Well, I won't. So joke's on you. I will not. A classic. Now I want eggs. I want to eat everything on the screen. The classic options were 1984, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Wuthering Heights, and Frankenstein. I own all of these books and I haven't read any of them. I need to read something. One of them. Okay, Frankenstein won. I'm happy because this one is the shortest, and I haven't had much luck with classics besides The Great Gatsby. So I didn't really want to read one. I was just going to force it because I own them, and I shouldn't just let them collect dust. This one is the least intimidating to me because of the size. And also the cover looks sick. Then you guys chose a memoir. Options were Finding Me by Viola Davis, Beyond the Wand, Tom Felton, How to Save Babylon by Sophia Sinclair, and Tell Me Everything by Minka Kelly. You guys chose Tom Felton, which I don't know why I'm surprised, because Harry Potter, we're all readers here. The people voting on these polls are readers, so obviously they would choose the Harry Potter one. There were probably some Harry Potter fans in there, but honestly, I was rooting for, like, any of the girls. I was voting for anyone else, but it's fine. I'm not upset. I like Harry Potter, so maybe it'll be interesting. But I was voting for one of the girlies, like Viola Davis. I love her on How to Get Away with Murder. Sophia Sinclair, I found this book in a little free library and it just sounded really good. And Tell Me Everything, I love Minka Kelly on Friday Night Lights. I love that show so much. But I also love Harry Potter, so maybe this will be good. Maybe it'll surprise me. I just want to read about a girly. But that's not what's going to happen, and it's fine. Then I had you guys use a Jane Austen book because I didn't want to put her in the classics because I feel like I knew she would win. And I tried to make these fair for the most part, so I just put her in her own category. And yeah, I mean, either way, it's not fair. We all knew Pride and Prejudice was going to win. No one's surprised. You guys voted on this, though. My YouTube subscribers, not my Instagram people. Yeah, I won by a landslide. I wonder what... Someone said other, but then they didn't comment which one. I wonder which one they think is the best. I'm curious, because it was just 1%. Sense and Sensibilities are second best, according to you guys, so I'm going to keep that in mind for after I finish Pride and Prejudice, what I'm going to read next. And then I had you guys choose a book-to-movie adaptation. This one's kind of a mess, because I wasn't originally planning on even including this for this video. I just added it in here. I just asked you guys randomly, and then I was like, oh, why not use this? Because I got a lot of votes, you know, let's use it. And you guys voted for The Summary from Pretty, but I'm not going to read that because I already did. And the second highest was Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, was 21%, but I want to read the series in order, so I'm not going to be reading Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. I'm going to start the series with the first one, The Duke and I, so I'm going to read that one. And then I think this is the last one. The sad book. I included the banana dance party again because I just thought it was so fun. So I chose a sad book. And oh my goodness. The Fault in Our Stars. Okay, it's about time I read this. I feel like everyone has read this book. Everyone and their mom and their dad and their sister and their brother and their unborn child has read this book except me. And it's time. It's time for me to read it. I'm a little surprised by A Little Life getting nothing, and by a little surprised, I mean a lot of surprise, because everyone I know says that's the saddest book they've ever read, and I got 0. Okay, The Fault in Our Stars has to be so depressing, though. Now I'm scared. If people are saying this is sadder than A Little Life, and if he had been with me, and if I say, and all the light we cannot see, I'm so scared. But I'm gonna read it. I think. Oh, yep, that was the last one. So this is the March TBR. We have 23 books. Oh my goodness. Who let me think I could do this? Obviously, this is very ambitious. I'm not going to read all these books. There's just no way. Last month, I only had 14 books on the TBR, and I barely got half of them in. I also get sent 2 arcs for next month, and neither of those are factored inside the TBR. So that's 25 books. I'm not going to read 25 books. Unless, maybe I will, but probably not. And even if I do read 25 books, I'm probably going to deviate from the CBR and mood read a little bit. I just got really carried away when making the polls. It's so fun to make polls. I don't know why. I didn't realize how many books I had as options, though, until I made this, or how many polls I put out, and then I wanted to die a little inside when I saw this. This is just so overwhelming to stare at. I'm trying to think positive. You know, at least this way, I have a lot of options. I can mood read a little bit from what's here, kind of. You know what I mean? Next month, though, the TBR is going to be a lot shorter, so I can mood read the way I used to do. It was just more fun. I mean, this is still fun. Making a TBR is fun. It's just sticking to it. That's like, you know? Yeah. Next month, though, I just want to say, I have such a fun idea for next month's TBR. It involves Percy Jackson. Do with that information what you will. I'm super excited for this video. I hope you guys are too, and I hope I'll see you in April when, with the new TBR, and when I tell you guys how many of these I actually read, if any. Okay, no, I'll definitely read some. Probably not all. That is all. Okay, bye.